First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Before I get started, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in the true gospel that is being pushed. This will be real quick. I was sitting here reading this chapter, and this verse stood out. If you read up above, it tells you, Paul was telling the younger men to submit yourselves, to the men who are over you. Humble yourselves, submit yourselves unto the elder, you know. And then when you get down here to verse 8, he's saying that, he's giving instruction. And then when you get to verse 8, matter of fact, let me read from 5. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility, for the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. All right, these is all instructions that's given. All right, now when you get to verse 8, be sober. All right, be sober-minded. Okay, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, these spiritual forces out here, all right, before anything physical, we're dealing on the spiritual level, all right? And I brought this out as I was reading it. It reminded me yesterday, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, I almost got into a wreck that probably would have really messed me up. But having a Class A, you learn how to drive on defense. But the reason I say this is because it was a blatant run of the red light, and it was out of the blue. It was out of the blue that this demon hopped on this vehicle, or the person, whoever was in that vehicle, and I'm talking about they smashed through the red light when it was a blatant red light, and my side was clearly, it was already cars going through the intersection, and that's why I say we fighting on a spiritual level, and this is why you got to be sober and be vigilant as we move in here in these last days, because these spirits is out here active, and I've noticed that, especially driving on the road. These people are portals for these demons to hop on, man. All right? Now, before we read on, let's look up some of these words. I don't want to make this too long. All right? The first word is sober. Nepho, or napho, the Greek word, right? It says to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit. All right? To be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. All right? A person that displays that ability is in tune with what's going on around them. All right? You gotta know that it's a war. You in a war. And these spirits out here know that you know. They know that you ain't like the rest of the people who can't recognize the demons that are on them. All right, you got to know that things are intensifying in the spirit, man. Like I said, a demon hopped on this car because it came out of nowhere, and that the first thing I thought was, these demons is popping out here, man. It was so crazy and so close that the taco stand right there on the corner, the whole line was like, whoa. I looked over at them, and they was like, oh, he just, they was all like, damn, he almost smacked, like he would have smacked probably would have flipped my shit. That's how fast he went. Okay, and like I said, the first thing I thought was demon. I thought spiritual. I thought on the spiritual level. I didn't think drunk driver. I didn't think none of that because it happened just the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I thought was spiritual. On a spiritual level, yeah, demon hopped on that person. They probably didn't even know why they just floored it like that through the light. Because after I had looked at the vehicle, and when he got through the light, he slowed down. I was like, what the? And that's, I was like, yeah, the demons is popping out here, man. All right. So it says to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit. All right. You see everybody on social media bugging right now because they don't know what to do. They spirit of the Lord within us. So that keeps us cool, calm, and collected in the spirit. When all these things are happening, all this spiritual activity transforming or coming into the physical realm. All right. You see how the people are bugging. They not sober. They don't know what to do, especially these Edomites out here. Says be sober, be vigilant. Let's look up that word vigilant. All right, vigilant. Gregorio. All right. To watch, metaphor, give strict attention to, be cautious, active. To take heed, lest through remission and indolence, some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. All right? If you're not paying attention, a sudden calamity can overtake you. Okay? And like I said, that was I could have been in a crazy ass accident, another one type shit, But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord had it to where I was paying attention. I was being vigilant, and I saw it before he could actually hit me, and I was able to break and let him smash past in front of me. Okay? Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so this is the word vigilant. All right, so reading it again: be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, all right, the devil, and that begins on the spiritual level first. All right, when you read about Job, okay, all of us who believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who escheweth evil as Job did, okay, Satan is after you. Okay, what did Yahushua tell Peter? He told Peter what? Matter of fact, let me get that. We'll come back to this. He told Peter, Satan desired to sift you as wheat. Okay, and this goes for all of us who believe, who truly believe. All right. This is Luke 22:31, it says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. All right? Okay? So, the point being a believer, having that zeal, all right, that makes you a target, as Peter was a target, as Job was a target, and ultimately all the men of the Lord became targets for believing, all right, and that starts in the spirit realm first, all right. So let's go back to Peter 3. I'm sorry, 2nd Peter. What the hell was Salakia? Just had a brain fog for a second. There we go. 5. Tripping. 1 Peter 5, back in 1 Peter 5 and 8. All right, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, all right, and like I said, that begins on the spiritual level first, all right, as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour, all right, and especially now, even more so in these times, we got to be a lot more circumspect when we out and about out here, because a sudden calamity can come upon a situation, and we got to be sober, all right, sober and vigilant. As a matter of fact, let's get that one in Thessalonians, and then I'll close it. I believe that's Thessalonians 5. Here we go. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5, it says, ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. All right? Because it's all about surviving and believe in that, and while surviving, trusting and believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in the hope of the salvation that he promises to bring. All right. Where did I leave off? It says, for the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right. And like Apostle Gabar always says, knowing is half the battle. All right, so if you know the conditions of the battle, and you got the weapons and you got the armor, you got to move the way you've been trained, as it said to be vigilant. All right, also to be sober. All right, to be cool, calm, and collected in the spirit. Those are basically basic training words, for us to apply into our character. Okay, so one more, let's go to Ephesians 5, 15 and 16. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. All right, so just a quick little video to remind myself as well as brothers out there, all right, even you sisters too, all right, be sober and vigilant when you out and about in these times, all right, when you driving, all right, because a sudden calamity can come upon you, and we don't want that. We want to be circumspect and in the spirit at all times as much as possible. So with that, giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord will, this was edifying and exhorting to the hopeful elect. We on to the next. Shalom.